Hello everyone, hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Return. Oh,
There we go.
no, that's the wrong one. There we go. Few technical issues. Going a bit nuts to this evening. So sorry for delaying getting started. We've got 9 minutes left until the start of the show. If you're joining us tonight live, or you're watching us on the Catch Up archive, welcome. My name's Ryan Laley. I am a game developer, game tutor, and I help people make games. What tonight is about is a Ryan's React to the EA Play 2020 exhibition, where EA are set to announce their newest slate of games coming for current and next-gen consoles. So hopefully this will be a great opportunity for me to show you and talk to you behind the scenes about what we're seeing and what it means as a game developer, what's impressive, what really isn't impressive, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we'll have a crack on with all of this stuff tonight and see what EA have got on show. So we've got 8 minutes left. Let's talk about some predictions of what we're going to see tonight. So the way that typically EA do... Oh, by the way, I do have chat open, so if you have any questions, just pop up a question up in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. Apologies for the crappy webcam camera. That was my technical issue. Couldn't get my camera set up over here, so I do my little hack around didn't work, so I had to use the webcam on my laptop instead. So my expectations for EA's, the way they typically do this is they start off with something that you've seen before, so but maybe a new iteration. So maybe start off with a new Battlefield, and then we have a middle section where we go into sports and talk about Madden. We typically see Madden and NBA, although we did see NBA already, so I don't know if we'll see it again. Seeing it already at the PlayStation 5 reveal, but nonetheless, we'll see Madden. We may see some FIFA as well, and we'll get some talk about how sporting has changed in the current state of the world, with COVID and so forth, and how many more people are going to online games, online sport games anyway. And we'll typically round out the way at the end. They'll typically show off something that we haven't seen before, something new. One thing that might be interesting to see if they're going to do it, I wonder if they're going to be ballsy enough to do it, is that showing off the update they're doing to Anthem. At the moment, they're remaking Anthem from the ground up pretty much. So it'd be interesting to see where that's at. Whether we get an update on that tonight, I don't know, because it's such a hot topic of contention. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually go ahead and want to talk about that. What's going on here? Okay, I was just checking the stream hasn't frozen. It hasn't. The countdown's frozen, but it's not hasn't. Weird. Okay. So it'd be interesting to see if we're going to see an Anthem update. That'd be interesting to see. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Everyone's safe, and I've been doing a lot of game development over the past couple of weeks and months. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. Otherwise, if you're an old fogey who's been here pretty much every single time I do a live stream, welcome again. It's always good to see the familiar faces. As for some surprises, I don't know. What would be a good surprise? Well, I reckon we'll get Battlefield 6, and that'll be a modern. I reckon it'll be a modern version. That's the rumor. We may see Dragon Age. That's on the docket still, the new Dragon Age, but it's still quite early, so whether we get to see anything of that, I don't know. Yeah, so it'd be interesting. I'm not entirely sure what to take from EA. EA also have their indie sort of section where they do their publishing for the independent developers, and that's where you see things like what's it called? Unravel, the platformer where you play the Twine creatures. That was announced like here. And A Way Out as well, the co-op Prison Break one, which the developer of has said they're going to reveal something tonight, so it'll be something new at least from them that we haven't seen yet, so it'd be interesting to see. One thing that always stifles EA is the use of the Frostbite engine, and they're forcing developers to use it. And the reason why they force the developers to use it is because they spent so much damn money developing the thing. But the problem is, it isn't something like Unreal, where Unreal is quite flexible with what type of games it can do. Frostbite is very much tailored towards a shooter. And so it was designed for Battlefield essentially, and everything else after that has been had to take bits out, change bits all the time. And that's why you see a lot of delays and a lot of troubles with development with things such as Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem as well, obviously. But Anthem had a load more issues beyond just the engine. So we've got 4 minutes left until the start. We'll see if we can get some good audio. Their audio, I think, has gone quiet. Double check. I haven't muted it or anything like that. I think it's just gone quiet for Black Lives Matters. Black Lives Matters. Why can't I talk? So we'll see how that goes. How did I learn UE4? Nahan Sharif is asking me. Just by doing it, really. I obviously I was a game developer before Unreal, making other stuff in other engines. So a lot of stuff transferred over, but mostly it's just me mucking about with it, and I'm still learning new stuff every day in Unreal. I'm always every day I practice with it. Every day I'm reading about it. So constantly on the update. Apologies, the stream has gone a bit low quality. I wonder if I can change that. There we go. Yeah, making sure that it's not their audio. We're also going to see some Apex stuff apparently. That was leaked. Oh, not leaked, but teased rather. Let me just double check my levels here. So annoyingly, because they've gone quiet, I can't test my levels. But damn. Okay, hang on. What if I turn it up now? Okay. We'll leave it like that. I don't know what their stream's doing. It's got this weird. I don't know what the countdown in the middle was for. There's a countdown there, and a count. Obviously, this thing here. I don't know what I've done here. Don't know. How many years I've been in game? What is my CJ's asking. What was my discipline in game dev? Design engineer. Yeah, designer, programming, not as much engineer, mostly game design, game mechanics and things like that. But also I do a bit of art as well, modeling and all that stuff. How many years I've been doing game development? How long working in Unreal? Unreal, about 4 years. Game development in total, about 10, maybe 12. Can't remember now. How old am I? Yeah, maybe about 12 years now. Matthew asking about the Fog of War tutorial. I'm still researching it. A good way of doing it. And what are my thoughts on the PS5 event? Decent selection of games. Some good, some bad. Ratchet & Clank is my favourite one to look at. And the console, I hate the design of it. Check out the archive video if you want to get full details and my actual live reactions. But anyway, we're 30 seconds to go. Their audio's gone dead, which is weird. I'm just going to refresh it quickly whilst we're here.
This was just part of an experiment. Put some pictures up online, got some good...
Make sure I haven't broken the volume mixer. No, is it just me? It's their video. There you go. We have audio. Let us know in chat how the audio mix is. I'll turn my mic down a bit. Let me know if you need me.
Hello and welcome everyone to EA Play 2020. We're happy that you're joining us today. Over the next 45 minutes or so, we've got so much for you, including creative, innovative, and really fun new games, and a lot of news to share. But before we get into the show, I'd like to take just a minute here. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to first responders, medical staff, and essential personnel. This has certainly been a challenging year. From natural disasters like the bushfires in my home country to the devastating COVID-19 pandemic, these brave heroes are working to keep us safe and healthy at every turn. I also want to thank our teams for their amazing dedication while working from home. What you've been able to achieve is nothing short of inspirational. We are also deeply thankful to all of you, our players. Okay. Even when we've had to stay physically apart, billions of you are using games to come together, to play, and do amazing things for each other. You've shown why this is truly the greatest form of entertainment on the planet.
He is a businessman,
this is also
not a game developer.
Time for the movement to end racism and racial injustice in this world.
I do not like this man.
Black lives matter, and there is much to be done to drive real and meaningful change. A couple of weeks ago, we shared some actions that Electronic Arts is taking. We will not rest on this.
Nothing to do with the message he's saying, but he's just typically not a good businessman.
We're here for players of every color, background, religion, and personal preference. We will continue to build strong representation in our games, and we are focused on making our communities fun, inclusive, and positive places to play. We also have real work to do to bring greater diversity into our company, and we are committed to doing that work. Today we're here because of the power of games.
Yeah, Kim, I've always likened him to a Bond villain. He always looks like a James Bond villain.
They can teach us, they can provide escape,
or the bad guy from Lazy Town.
And most of all, games can be fun. All of us at Electronic Arts believe in that, and it's why we're excited to get up every morning to make great experiences for all of you. So thanks for being here with us. And now, let's get into some games.
What's up, everybody? I'm Greg Miller, and welcome to
Okay,
EA
you're
Play.
Greg doing this.
We had an incredible show in LA planned for you. Huge stage, massive setup, these giant monitors. I was gonna fly in on an X-Wing. I was gonna land the X-Wing on stage. I was gonna set off a bunch of fireworks. Then what? T-shirt cannon, bam, shooting out game consoles. What? T-shirt cannon, bam, shooting out game consoles. Then Carol Baskin, some tigers. That last part was all me. Then, because of circumstances beyond our control, we had to come up with something a little different. Instead of LA, I'm in my hometown of San Francisco, but we still have the Tigers. What's that, James? No Tigers. So you lied. Oh, all right. I'm being told there are no Tigers, but whatever.
Each E3, I never liked EA's presentation style.
Big announcements, incredible
it
reveals,
always feels like a lot more talk than games.
Coming up over the next hour, we've got game reveals galore, world premiere trailers of new titles, some old favorites making a comeback, a look at a new way Star Wars fans can live out their greatest fantasies this year, plus a sneak peek at the future. Oh,
yeah, CJ, this is all pre-recorded. This is all scripted. This is all choreographed. It has to be. It's too risky to do live.
Throughout the show, keep an eye out for discreetly placed golden letters.
I can't imagine it being a...
Write them down as they appear, and at the end of the show, we'll tell you where you can enter that secret code for a chance to win free games on Steam. So don't go anywhere.
So it's just all gimmicky with EA's thing. It's... Every year is like this, and it's like, just show games. Right. Just let the games talk. Just let the games talk. I like Greg a lot, but
anyone want to take me out?
I love Apex. It was great. Haven't played it a lot lately though.
Hey Apex fans, the battle just keeps getting bigger. Thanks to you, Apex Legends is coming off its most successful, most epic season yet. And we're just getting started. Season 4 saw more of you jumping into the fight than ever before, and you've kept that amazing momentum going forward, making Season 5 the biggest and best start to a season ever.
Took out an enemy. Hold on to your holograms.
We hope you've been enjoying Season 5, Fortune's Favor. which has seen the introduction of our latest legend, Loba, a major map change to Kings Canyon, rest in peace, Skulltown, an all-new ranked series, and a ton of quality of life updates. But it's about to get even better. Today, I'm here to tell you about what's coming next to Season 5 with our latest collection event, Lost Treasures. Take a look.
I might bury you here. No one will ever know. You'll just be gone.
Adventurers, raiders, explorers. They risk everything in search of fame.
I mean, Apex is a great game, but I wouldn't open with it.
Few find what they're looking for. But if they survive, they might walk away with lost treasures.
I'll high-five you all when I see you. Mobile respawn beacon here.
My silences are firing again. Check yourself or wreck yourself. Hey, thanks. I owe you one.
Guns? Who needs guns? I don't need guns.
I know what I'm looking for. I won't walk away without it. 너를 찾을 거야.
Should get back into Apex. I wish it wasn't a pay per champion. I wish you could pay, like, I'd much rather pay just like £50, £60, whatever, up front, and just get all future champions.
As you just saw, the Lost Treasures
that would have been a much
event
better
brings
business
with it a
model,
ton of
because not
great
everyone's
content,
going, like,
including a
I doubt
new
people will be
mode,
playing
Armed and
6
Dangerous
seasons. We can
Evolve.
get like $60 worth, because they're about $10 each.
Snipers and shotties only, but with a twist.
Sending out my decoy.
All armor is Evo armor, and we're removing all of the respawn beacons across the entire map. Don't worry though, you'll still be able to bring back your teammates with the help of a new item, the mobile respawn beacon.
Yeah, Cyberpunk got delayed again, which pretty much makes it a launch title for Xbox Series X and PS5.
Each match, giving you the power to choose when
It's
and more
fine.
importantly,
Take their time.
where you bring your teammates
No one's in the
back
rush
into
for
the
it.
battle.
Just give them the time they need.
Lost Treasures also introduces a new town takeover, Crypto's Map Room, which gives players a closer look at what motivates this drone-wielding hacker. And of course, the Lost Treasures collection delivers a bunch of exclusive content you can earn by completing challenges, as well as all new event-exclusive cosmetic items and the introduction of your boy Mirage's heirloom, which is fittingly a trophy of himself.
Excited to see you all in the ring. Don't worry, there's plenty of me's to go around.
And the best part is you don't have to wait that long. Lost Treasures drops on Tuesday, June 23rd. And that's not all, Apex
next week, isn't
fans.
it?
The battle is expanding. That's right, this fall we're bringing Apex Legends to Steam. And I know you're hoping, wondering, praying.
Oh yeah, because it's only on Origin.
Yeah, crossplay is coming to Apex this fall.
Oh, thank Christ for that.
It's been one of the biggest requests we get, and we're thrilled to finally
About
deliver it
time.
to our fans. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, one last thing. Let's make it official. We're
And
huge
Switch.
fans of Nintendo here at Respawn.
Alright.
We're incredibly excited to be bringing Apex Legends to the Switch this fall. And we'll share more details in the months ahead. So that means you'll be able to squad up no matter where you and your friends prefer to play. Xbox,
Awesome
PlayStation,
crossplay. That's
Switch,
much better.
or on the
That's
PC
the
via
announcement you
Origin
want.
and
Don't care
Steam.
about the Lost Treasure
We're
stuff.
throwing out a lifeline and healing the divide between the platforms. On behalf
All I
of
want
the
now
entire Apex
is
team,
that
we wanna
my
thank our
purchases on
incredible
one
community.
platform
Your
transfer
passion
over to
for the
other
game is
platforms.
truly inspiring.
Because I've bought
We look
characters
forward to
on my
seeing you all in the
Xbox, but I want to play
arena.
on
And don't
PC.
forget,
I have
check
to
out
buy the
Lost
characters
Treasures
again.
on
I
June
don't want to do
23rd.
that. I should be able to transfer my details across. And I don't see why they can't do that. It's an EA login anyway when you do it, so tie it to your EA account, bring it over. I don't know why they haven't done that, apart from the business reason of getting you to pay for things twice, which we don't want. But
Soul,
crossplay.
everyone. One
Up for
thing
it.
I admire about Apex Legends is its commitment to having such a diverse range of
So
characters.
Sims, obviously.
At The
I
Sims,
guess.
we've always believed representation and diversity in games is critically important, perhaps now more than ever. It's difficult to put into words just how meaningful it can be to see yourself reflected in the games you play. So, here to tell you in their own words are a few members of our Sims community.
not a Sims guy.
It's a very interesting thing to explore.
Every time I try it, I'm like, I'll play it for a bit and I get bored. I'm like,
very moving.
just doing what I do in real life, but in a virtual world.
Just like keeping relationships good with people.
Not into
It's
it.
probably like the only place where I.
This is what I don't like about EA stuff.
open.
Is all
They get to
this
see my personality first before
filler.
seeing
They
my
do
disability, I guess.
trying
you
to
could say.
prove that they're a human,
the only black
caring
child in my
company.
school. I was discriminated. I was
And
bullied.
I'm sure
My
they
skin
got
tone, my
very
height,
compassionate people
my
and good intentions behind all of this, but this is not.
And I was like praying.
It's
to
not
God
the
to
right
undo
venue
it.
for it.
I have this world where I can.
They want to
express myself
celebrate
and be
games,
myself.
but they don't
Where I
show
come from,
games. They
who
show
I
people
am, the color
talking
of my
about games.
skin, you know, who I'm attracted to, let any of that get in the way. It was no barriers.
EA
No matter where I
have
was or what I
often
was
topped the
going through,
charts
I had
of
my
their
safe place. This is
inclusivity
plausible. This
of
is a future
their
you can have.
gamers
It's
and
almost like I
their
was
game developers.
peeking into the
Filled
future, and I
with,
didn't know it at the
not
time,
filled,
but
but
it gave me hope.
very inclusive
It gave me
to
a sense of hope
minorities,
I could build a life that looked
sexual
like that.
orientations,
The Sims is almost like a utopia
genders,
of what I hope
all of it.
our world
They've
eventually
often topped the
becomes.
charts with that.
As I got more comfortable with my character
This
in the
seems
game,
like
I got more
just
comfortable
reminding
with
the
myself.
world that they are that
I
inclusive.
play to build me.
Which, of course, great, but
I play to express myself.
this is
I play
all
to
Sims,
make a
isn't it?
difference.
I play to feel good about myself.
I play to have confidence.
To have me
design.
time.
Fuel my creativity.
It's more than just a game. It's creating your life.
Sims 5. About time we had a Sims 5. It's been a while. No, just The Sims.
As you just
There's rumours
saw,
of
there
The
are
Sims
so many
Online as
reasons
well
why I
coming
am
back.
proud to be part of the Sims global community. We want The Sims to be a place of unity and hope. A place where you can be your authentic
This better
self
lead up
and
to a
build
Sims
your
5
vision
or
for our
Sims
shared
Online
world. A
announcement.
place to imagine what's possible.
Otherwise, why do this?
To our Simmers, thank you for everything you've done to make your communities, virtual and real, a better place. Now, I know some of you tuned in hoping for some Sims news, and we'll have plenty to share as the summer goes on, but we do have one announcement
Then
for you.
share it now.
We'll be welcoming players on a whole new platform as The Sims 4 arrives on Steam today. Take a look.
No. This is going to be an announcement of all their games basically ditching Origin and going to Steam, innit? Now see, EA are a public traded company, okay? They need to show to investors that they're making games, trying to get in more revenue and stuff like this. This brings in a small amount of revenue, but it does nothing towards foot traffic conversation. No one's going to be talking about, oh, Sims 4 is coming to Steam. They're going to be, but if it was Sims 5 or Sims Online or whatever they're playing new next, you'll get conversation started. That's where your investors get involved. If they're just doing, like Apex, all platform-related stuff, like coming to new platforms, you'll get a slight bump in investors and stock prices. But this is not the right conversation you should be having, because if this is all you're going to show is them ditching the Origin platform, it's untested territory. How much extra money are you going to get? I don't know. It's
Hey everyone, Alex here from the social team.
That was
and
a
joining me today from our
non-announcement.
community team is Freeman.
Hey folks, yes, we're here to tell you that it's not just The Sims 4 arriving on Steam today.
This is all our
5 more
games
great
coming
EA
to
games,
Steam.
including Titanfall 2, A Way Out, and Dead Space 3, are all playable right this second.
And when EA Access arrives on Steam this fall,
Yeah, exactly,
you can get all
CJ.
those
What does
great
it say about
titles and a
EA? If their
ton
biggest
more with your
announcements are that
membership.
they are
You can
abandoning
also
their
expect to
proprietary
see our
storefront.
new releases
Yeah.
on Steam too.
I mean,
One of
I've
the
never,
first
I
to
haven't
arrive just a
heard
short while
anyone
ago
recently,
with full
anyway,
mod support via
talk bad
Steamworks.
about Origin.
The critics love it, and we know you will too. This
If you want to play games there, it's totally fine.
Remastered.
Right. These games are coming across. They're not going to bring achievements with them. They're not going to bring anything unique to the Steam platform with them. It's not worth the development, is it? And isn't this already out? Or am I dreaming it up? So, this is what I told you. I don't like EA's announcements usually. It's usually filled with so much junk.
Welcome back, Commander.
It's out. We know it's out.
And Steam isn't the only
problem with
platform
these
getting some
things
love.
is
Will
that
we bring in
people who
games
are
to more
watching this
platforms
live
than
now
ever?
You can
are
expect
people who already
7
know
new
that.
games coming to Switch in the next
This
12
isn't
months,
on like on
including
TV or anything
Burnout
like that.
Paradise coming tomorrow.
It's on
and
YouTube,
Apex
where people,
Legends
or
later
Twitch,
this
where people
year.
actually go to.
And we're bringing crossplay to many of your favorite games too.
This is the wrong
starting
messaging for
with
the
Need
wrong
for Speed
audience.
Heat
This audience
and
doesn't
continuing
exist
with
here.
some new titles being revealed
This is something you
later
would
in
be
the show.
applying to
It's
people
all
on the
about giving
mainstream,
you
on
the freedom
TV,
to
or
play what you want,
you know,
where you want,
TV.
and with who you
But
want.
this is
It's about playing
the
together.
audience who have clicked here,
Absolutely.
come here,
Now,
that
let's
are
reveal some more
kind of
games.
tapped into
Over to
this
you,
already.
Greg.
They know CNC's out. They know
Quick
Sims
reminder to keep an eye out for
exists. They
those
know
special
Apex
golden
exists.
letters hidden throughout the show. They could appear anywhere, and I
The
mean
purpose of these things is to
anywhere,
build excitement.
so keep your eyes open.
That's what it's meant
Write
to
the
do.
letters
Build
down as
excitement,
they
build
appear,
social
and once you've
media,
got the full code,
trending
you'll be able to
messages.
enter for a chance to win
None
one
of
of
this is
more
going
than
to
a
trend.
dozen
None of
great
it's going to
games on
be
Steam.
talking
So stay tuned
points.
and find out where to enter the code at the end of the show. Now, if you follow my content at all, then you know there's nothing I love more than buffalo wings and discovering inventive new games. Well, I don't have any buffalo wings, but I do have something just as tasty. Over the past couple of years, EA has partnered with the amazing studios like
We're 20
Haze
minutes
Light and
in
Zoink
with nothing
to give
new
us
announced.
such creative titles as A Way Out and Faye. Here to explain how they do it are a few of the talented developers working on the next wave of EA originals.
Okay, so this is the indie stuff I was talking about before. They do this thing. These are typically more interesting.
Sometimes you just have this great idea of a game, but it can be really hard to do it on your own.
So this is now EA advertising their
unconventional approaches to solving
EA
new ideas.
Originals.
There are times where you've got to
label.
like break past your own sort of mental blocks, even if that meant building a whole new kind of game engine.
We get to do the game we want to do. Nothing, and I mean nothing, comes into the game if it doesn't follow the vision.
We can really push our ideas further and bigger than we first imagined.
Why
Let's
do
find that
this?
magic.
This is just people talking about them releasing on their platform, trying to show that EA is a good platform to be a partner with. Still nothing new. Still nothing to show. Still nothing to talk about.
And now for a deeper dive into what these developers are working on, we turn our spotlight on 3 studios. Up first is Haze Light and their mild-mannered, quiet leader, Joseph
Now we
Ferris.
should get some new stuff.
Let's do it.
So these were the guys who did A Way Out, wasn't it?
Joseph Ferris.
Yeah. These guys also did Brothers. Brothers is an amazing game. Play Brothers if you haven't played Brothers. I love it. One of my all-time favorites.
Okay, can you swear here? Can you swear? Okay. The Oscars, you know? The Oscars! You! No apologies there. Yeah, I know I'm cocky. I can't help it, man. I was born in Beirut, 1977. I lived there 10 years. There was civil war, and there was a lot of bad stuff happening there. We tried to move 5 times to Sweden. The 5th time they let us in. And that's lucky for Sweden, because I've given Sweden a lot, you know. My 3rd movie, Zozo, it's basically about my life when I came to Sweden when I was young. I've done 5 feature movies, and now I've done 3 games.
Okay.
And it's way hard to make a game. It's almost like the audience have control
I
of
didn't know you
the
made
pacing
movies.
of the story, while in movies it's being paced for you. In video games, there's so much to be explored from a storytelling perspective because of the interactivity. There are some studios out there that are making games that have good stories, but they pretty much have one mechanic they like reuse all the time. The designers and the story writers are kind of like doing 2 different games. That's why I founded Haze Light, to keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible in games. That's what game number 3 from Haze Light is all about. And action. The new game, It Takes Two, is a co-op action-adventure.
So these guys done co-op
that
stuff
will
before,
blow
so
your f***ing mind away.
I know what to do with
The
co-op.
story starts out with a small family. Cody, May, that's the parents, and then Rose, the little daughter. So Cody and May are about to separate. Rose doesn't want them to divorce, so she creates 2 dolls out of wood and clay, and these dolls magically come alive and actually controls both Cody and May. And you could say you're almost controlling their emotions. You're almost playing their emotions. There's even levels where we're actually making a mechanic for their emotions. So again, marrying the story and the mechanics. And I think for the players, that's gonna feel very new, different, and unique. They haven't played anything like this before. It Takes Two is a crazy roller coaster ride that doesn't really have an ending. It has an ending, but that ending is that the roller coaster crashes and you fly into the sky and get up into space. And when you're in space, you're like, what the f am I doing up here? And then maybe you get back to Earth again. That's the best way to describe It Takes Two, actually.
I still don't know what that game is.
Wow, that was the best
just a co-op game.
to describe it. All right, Joseph, we love you so much. Thank you. Keep it up over
just
there.
show your games.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this originals train rolling, and let's stay in Sweden. Of course, I'm a fan of both their delicious red gummy fish and their video games.
Minutes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Klaus and Olav from Zoink Games.
As a story writer, he should know better.
Thanks, Greg. Welcome to Gothenburg.
You don't
and, well,
explain.
my home.
You show.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring you any Swedish fish, but we do have some exciting news for you.
Oh, Tangled. That was a Tangled.
At Zoink, we've always been driven by love of rich visual storytelling and creating strange worlds that people can escape to. The weirder, the better. And I think my friend Olav would agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And for our next game, though, we wanted to try something a little darker, something out of a gothic fairy tale. What started with a mood and some paintings grew into this eerie, strange world that feels like something out of a beautiful, twisted dream. And that's the world of Random.
Lost and Random is the story of Even, a little girl with a big heart and an even bigger temper. After a horrible event that changes her life, she embarks on a dangerous journey through the world of Random. But fortunately, she's not alone. Just like I have Olav, Even also has a crazy little weird friend thing with her.
Along her journey, Even discovers
do this
Dicey,
every
a
year.
playful,
Why
loyal,
do they not
almost
learn
puppy-like dice companion that gives her the
that
power to
people
really
see the
change
game?
things
They
in the
don't
kingdom of
want
Random.
to hear about it. Just show it.
Despite the name,
This is where
in Even's
PS5
world,
and
randomness
Xbox
is
are good at
feared.
showing this stuff
And the
off
Dark
because they
Force
just don't
controls
talk.
every
They
aspect
just
of life,
play
from
the
where you
videos.
live to how you act or
They're
what
very
your
good
favorite
at it.
color is.
EA,
It's a coming-of-age
every
story
year.
set against
Even
the backdrop
Ubisoft
of
do
a
this better.
mysterious world, but it holds a modern
Ubisoft
message
has
that's really
Mr.
relevant to our world
Caffeine,
right now.
whatever his name was.
I think we can all relate to the desire to try and control the chaos around us. With Dicey's help, though, Even learns
she
the
has something
power
stronger
doing
than Coca-Cola.
just the opposite. Embrace the randomness, accept the uncertainties in life, and you'll be surprised how far it takes you.
Imagine if you could change the course of life with the roll of a dice. What would you do? Play it safe or trust in yourself and take a chance? We can't wait for you to play and find out.
We're still a long ways from
Kim, I
launch,
don't think
but
it's
we hope
EA has
you'll
lost
join
touch with
Even
gamers.
and
I think
Dicey
it's
on
that
their
they
journey next year. Until
misunderstand
then, please enjoy this
the
first look
purpose
at
of these
Lost and
exhibitions
Random.
and what these shows do.
Welcome to Random.
Like, they first start off with mainstream-like stuff, as if it's on TV. Then they got this sort of stuff, which is sort of like a behind-the-scenes documentary almost.
The roll of one dice. A dice that has ruled this kingdom.
I like the style of this. It's not very Tim Burton-esque.
Transforming the fates of people just like you. But what if I told you there is another dice with the power to change everything? Now, my friend, it's your turn to roll.
So being called random, I would guess that you have a lot of randomization in combat and things like that. Or is it literally that you just have dice with you?
You can't have the sweet without the sour.
No, Dicey. They should be scared of us. Right?
So it looks as though I can tell from that game what you're going to do is that on that dice there was little black spots and not all of them were in. I reckon you have to go around collecting
Really
those
cool.
little black spots
That's
for the
what Lost
dice.
in Random in man.
But
Embracing randomness.
if you're going to call it
I feel like I live
random
that every day in
and
my
have
life.
more randomness to
You know, I
it,
was gonna do that. You
the
didn't know
gameplay
that.
should have
Dicey's
more
my spirit
randomness to
animal.
it.
The game's out
So
next
like maybe
year.
in combat you have to roll the
But
dice
for
and
something
sometimes
that's
it gives you an
blasting off
attack
a
that you
whole
can
lot
work with,
sooner,
like buffs and
take it away, Kevin
debuffs
Franklin.
and things like that. really play with that randomization idea, like embrace the randomization.
At Final Strike Games, our team of experienced industry veterans have worked on incredible multiplayer franchises. We are passionately focused on making great multiplayer games. That's why I'm incredibly excited to announce that we have partnered with the talented team at EA to release our first ever title, Rocket Arena.
Their first ever title, that's why.
As you'll see, we stay loyal to the name of the game. It's a rockets-only shooter that allows players to get into the action quickly and stay in the fight. We wanted Rocket Arena to be an awesome, competitive experience to play with friends. I think you're going to love what we've got in store for you. Here is the all-new trailer of Rocket Arena. Enjoy.
Indie multiplayer games and
Rockets away.
Bad business.
This into gear. The trophy will soon be mine.
These games only work if the audience is there, and they typically don't get the audience.
Have you ever wondered why life is so good on Crater? Sure, we've got.
I mean, it may be amazing. I don't know, but
quality public transportation and exotic destinations. Another victory. The people are courteous and friendly.
Jolly good for me.
And always happy to help their fellow citizens. Are you leaving already? But the real reason life is so good? We've got rockets.
Let's hit the trail.
no. It looks cool, but the market isn't going to be there for it. They're making the only way this can survive if A, it's good, and B, that it has crossplay, where you have to maximise your market share as much as possible. If you don't do crossplay or things like that, your audience is going to be much smaller, and it's going to really suffer because of it. It needs to be free to play, cross-play, all that stuff. But this is a very crowded market. Amazon have just suffered greatly with their release. I can't remember what it's called. Crucible, that's it.
So as you just saw, rockets are obviously awesome to blast all over
So I
the
saw
place.
it's coming to all load of platforms,
in order to come
but
out on top, there's a lot to master.
Cross-platform.
You'll have a range of
nothing
rocket-powered
it is.
abilities to blast opponents out of the arena, and an arsenal of evasive moves. Rocket jump,
It looks
rocket
cool.
climb, and
I like the
dodge
style of it.
to avoid getting knocked out yourself. Don't worry though,
looks fine.
you're never out of the action for long. Even when you're out, you'll fly right back into the fray. You'll also be able to really customize your own unique look and playstyle. Each of the 10 heroes available at launch have their own rocket-powered abilities. And as you play, you'll discover items that allow you to further refine each of your heroes' playstyles. Plus, every character has 100 levels of progression that unlock new cosmetics and rewards.
Yeah,
All
Matthew,
that
this
and much more
isn't
when
necessarily
Rocket Arena
EA's fault,
arrives
more
on
so
July
it's
14th.
the Final Strike Games' fault. They're pitching a game idea which is a very crowded market,
which begins just 2 weeks after
with
launch
much less
on July
budget.
28th, and brings with it a blast pass and a ton of free content, including new maps, in-game events, and a new playable
Blast Pass,
character.
that'd be like a battle pass.
Rocket Arena is a game meant to be played with friends, regardless of platform.
Okay,
That's
good.
why we're thrilled to announce cross-play support right from
That's
the
a
start.
good step.
So grab your friends, regardless of their platform, and get ready to blast off with Rocket Arena on July 14th on PlayStation, Xbox, Origin, and Steam. And we'll be sharing more gameplay
For
right
free?
after the show
Did I
with the
say
help
free?
of some great content creators. So
Doesn't
check
have
us
to be,
out
but
on YouTube at the link
If they want it
below.
to succeed, I reckon it has to be free.
See you in
If
the
you're selling
arena.
a Blast Pass or Battle Pass, whatever
Wow, that
it
looks
is,
great. And hopefully
should
you've
be
all
free.
been keeping track of the golden letters hidden throughout the show and nearly cracked the code. Here's a hint. It's not Kanye. Keep an eye out for the last couple of letters, and then at the end of the show, we'll reveal where you need to go to enter the code and a chance to win some great games on Steam.
They
Now,
shouldn't.
from
They
the
shouldn't
future
double
of
dip
Rocket
if they're going
Warfare, we
to
head
charge
to
you
a
for the game
different
and
kind of
Battle
battle.
Pass it.
It's
They
the real
shouldn't do
reason
that.
I didn't get any sleep last night, and if you thought
You'll
you heard
otherwise
sleigh
people
bells, that's
play it
because it
for
might
the
as well be
first
Christmas
season
in June.
of the Battle Pass
It's
and then
finally
not again
time to
after
talk
that.
Star Wars Squadrons. Now, okay, I promise you, we are going to get a first look at some brand new gameplay in just a moment. But first, for anyone who doesn't fully grasp why I'm so excited, earlier this week, EA and Lucasfilm dropped a trailer that literally gave me all the feels, chills, joy, excitement, and then more chills on top of that. Take a look.
So we're going to play the trailer we saw Monday again. EA. Stop doing this. We've watched this loads of time.
When the perfect shot.
Kim, when games go cross-platform, the code base is the same. Where the communication is on the server. It's just server stuff. That's why it's so easy to implement. Once you got it on one, you can implement it on the other just fine. You just change the communication channel. That's all. Matchmaking goes to a different hopper on the database. That's why it's. That's why everyone was up in arms about Sony dragging their heels on it, because it is something simple as flipping a switch. Work. Not just flipping a switch, but it is as easy as that. Within a week.
The 8-year-old and all of us is celebrating and excited. The
I love Star
37-year-old
Wars.
man on this couch is excited.
I want this to be
Ladies
good.
and gentlemen, for the second year in a row, I have the
I'd like
honor
to see
and
gameplay of
privilege
it,
of helping introduce a new Star Wars title. And here, to put the hype in hyperdrive, is none other than Motive's creative director,
Another
Ian
talking
Fraser.
head.
Hello, Ian.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Oh God.
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good. Happy to actually get to show this
Stop
to people.
talking about
Now,
it
in my
and
copious
show
notes I
it.
have on you, I'm told you are quite
So
the Star
far,
Wars
to
fan and
recap,
have been
we've
a long
seen
time. How long have you liked Star Wars?
I've been a
Apex,
Star Wars fan for pretty much
which is
my
already
whole
out.
life. I don't
Sims,
even remember the first
which is
time I
already
saw
out.
the movies. And as a kid, there was a lot of different parts of
what
Star
else
Wars
have
I
we seen?
loved. One of them was being a pilot, that idea of climbing into an
a
X-Wing with a TIE
new
fighter.
a
So,
new
I played
indie
all
title
the
that we
flight
didn't see
games in the
much really any
90s, and I
gameplay
got
of
pretty
at all. We
obsessive
don't know nothing really
them.
about it apart from it's a co-op
meticulously draw
random
the insides of the
and a
cockpits and stuff.
battle
And actually, I dug up some
rocket
of those
arena
drawings from my parents' attic
and a
over the
trailer we
holidays.
saw
We're
3-4
showing them
days
right
ago.
now to the world. This strikes me as above and beyond the normal level of Star Wars fandom.
I think at Motive you'll find
I'm
that quite
over
a few
half an
people
hour
have
in.
that level of Star Wars fandom. When we started this project, I talked to a lot of people as they joined the team, and a lot of them had similar kinds of stories of things they'd done as kids. One of them even built a functional cockpit in his garage.
Wow, that's fandom on another level. How do you guys go from being a fan, drawing what you
Kim,
see
when
in the
did you
game, or
see the
building
last
a
good
cockpit
Star
in
Wars
your
game?
garage, to actually make
Jedi Fallen Order's good.
Well, I think that fandom, just love of Star Wars, has provided a really good foundation
EA
for
game
us.
by
But on
Respawn.
top of that, of course, the team at Motive got a lot of experience working with Star
That's
Wars when they worked on Battlefront
fairly
2.
open.
And when Battlefront 2 wrapped up, there was a really small group of us that were really into particularly the pilot experience within Star Wars. And we wanted to make something new, something that really went all in on that part of the fantasy. And so we did kind of a grassroots initiative, or started a little passion project, and that ramped up into eventually what is the game we're going to show you today.
You talk about
the game.
your passion for this, your nostalgia for Star Wars flight games of the past. How do you honor that but make something brand new?
It's been interesting. You know, we're trying to kind of pull from that spiritual heritage of many different games in that time period.
35
at the same
minutes
time, we
in,
want to do something
and
that
I
feels
reckon we've
fresh
seen
and new
about
for fans
5
today.
minutes of footage
And so
of
what we've
new
tried to look
stuff.
at is sort of the spiritual core of what I think are the best of the Star Wars flight games of the past. And what they did that I love is that they made that part
Do
of
I
the
like
universe
Battlefield
real.
games? Yeah.
The level of depth and detail that they
Battlefield
show
games.
in the ships, the way that you control them, is something that I remember fondly
Played
from my
Battlefield
childhood.
4 a
And
lot.
it's something that we're trying to do very much
Less
with
so
Squadrons.
Battlefield 5.
You know, in real life,
Battlefield
being
1.
a pilot is hard. It takes skill. And that's something that you'll see throughout the game. You know, as you start off playing, it's pretty straightforward, fly around, shoot your lasers. But as you get deeper into it, you start learning how to divert energy from your lasers to your engines.
Okay,
How to
cool.
shift
So they're
your
doing
shields
the
from the front to the
simulation
back to cover
parts
your
where
butt in
you
a dogfight.
divert power.
Or at the higher
That's
levels
cool.
of skill, you could do really crazy stuff. Like you can boost your engines, fly ahead, cut them off, whip around 180 and shoot a missile off your own tail while drifting backwards. Like real ace pilot stuff.
Don't
And that's really
describe
where we have
it,
a lot of fun with the
show
game.
it.
I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. I understand the nuts and bolts of how to play it. Is there a single-player
It's not
story?
that
Is there a
hard.
multiplayer mode? What are we getting into?
It's actually some of both. So the game starts with a brand new single-player story. takes place a little bit after Return of the Jedi.
It's
and
like,
it has kind of
imagine you're sitting down to watch the new Christopher Nolan trailer for his new film Tenet, and Chris Nolan turns up at the start of it and describes to you exactly what you're about to see in the trailer.
You're going to meet a diverse cast of characters along the way, and also a few
and then
familiar
play the
faces.
trailer.
Now, when you're done with that story and you've played maybe a bit in the practice range, you say, "Hey, I want to try multiplayer."
This is not how you
make
advertise.
it really easy for you to
This
hop
is not how
online
you
with your
share
friends
details
and play
about stuff.
competitive space battles at that point. And so we've done a lot to try to reduce the barriers to make it as easy as possible for you to play with your friends. And so I'm happy to say we fully
I mean, you can
support
talk about it, but
crossplay.
talk about
You
it
could be on
after the
PS4,
trailer
Xbox
or
One,
in a
PC.
deep dive video
You could be
later
playing
on.
on a traditional display or in VR, which, fun fact, the entire game supports VR from beginning to end. It's pretty cool. But regardless of how
Yeah,
you're playing, which
VR, that'd be
platform,
cool.
they can all play together. Just hook up with your friend, connect, have an awesome space battle.
You just Death Starred my mind, man.
Just show
like
it,
I
just
don't.
show it, just show it,
that's
just show it, show
awesome.
it, show it.
That
show
is
it, show it, show it,
the
show
big
it,
question.
show it, show it,
When
show
can
it,
people
show it.
actually play it?
Not too long, actually. Star Wars Squadrons is coming out on October 2nd.
Okay, not too long at all. I was worried about you. I
Kim,
thought you were
which
gonna
company
leave
is
me on
doing
a
the
teaser
next
there. You
live
didn't
stream
actually
and
deliver it.
when?
I appreciate that.
The next one,
big
I don't
ask
know.
have on behalf of everybody
It would be
watching, I'm sure,
next,
who came here
but
for one
I'll be.
specific
I think
reason. Can we see
obviously you've got
some new
Microsoft one
gameplay
to
of it?
do,
Can we see any
which
gameplay
it's
of
coming in July. But I don't know
Absolutely.
what dates
I kind
yet.
of figured you might want to.
Um,
On behalf of everyone at Motive
Who
and
else?
the team at Lucasfilm, I am
I
very
don't know if
happy to
Ubisoft
show
are
you
doing
the world's
something.
first
I don't
look
know
at
if Ubisoft are doing
gameplay of
anything.
Star Wars Squadrons. Enjoy.
I don't know. Finally, let's see gameplay. Now we're going to see everything he just described. This is the trailer again.
The second Death Star is gone, but the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron.
Are they showing? Is this the
Let's
same
make
trailer?
history.
No.
This is it,
Is
Titan
it? I don't know.
Squadron. Everything we've done has led to this. Finish those Vanguard.
Apparently, the Microsoft one is going to be good. I've heard good stuff coming out from that.
Is Star Wars Squadrons. Earn your wings in a single-player story.
Apparently, lots of
spanning
surprises
two
to come from
factions.
Microsoft. They always have good surprises. They always do a good job. Every E3 is kind of good for them.
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5. With the option to play the entire game in VR.
So I mean, this trailer's describing and talking over it and showing it at the same time. This is what you do. You do not talk
You'll
beforehand.
begin your career in a single-player story
Welcome to Titan Squadron.
where you'll play as 2 combat pilots, flying for both the Empire and the New Republic. You'll experience this world through your cockpit. The instrumentation in front of you provides critical feedback about power management, targeting, and shields. With a squadron of diverse characters at your side.
See, I like
prove your
the
skills
energy
on
diversion
increasingly
thing. That's
challenging
cool.
missions.
Oh, that's very reminiscent of the old TIE Fighter and X-Wing games,
Welcome to the Nadiri dockyards.
One of my spies has linked
but mixed with the
attacks to
arcadey
New
feel.
Republic Starhawk project.
The story of the 2 pilots you play
Stick together.
will shape the balance of power in the galaxy.
Get ready.
Let him have it.
The thing with space games like this is that's very hard to make, by the way, is giving the sense of speed, because usually our sense of speed comes from reference points in the environment around us. So in space, there's not usually much environment because it's space. So that's why you see a lot of these like blurs going past because to indicate speed. That's why you always seem to have dogfights amongst wreckage, asteroids, things like that, because you, as a developer, it's very hard to make it feel fast. Without any of that, it feels like you're going really, really slow and boring. So it needs to feel more cramped. It's weird. You're putting the player into the most open environment possible, but trying to squeeze them into a box so they can feel more action orientated.
Customize your pilot and starfighters simply by playing the game. From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that alter how your
The
ships
bobblehead
fly,
is cool.
fight, and survive.
They're on you.
I like the bobblehead touch. That's probably the highlight.
Change your loadout depending on your squadron's strategy.
Finally got him.
This will be critical in Star Wars Squadron's multiplayer modes. First up, dogfights. This is an all-out 5v5 battle.
5v5.
Fine-tune
I
your
wish it was
loadouts
more than
to
that.
work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents.
I hope they have AI
set
bots
up
as
your
well.
squad
Then
mates
if you
for
can
the
do
kill.
that, because that's not. Again, it's that
For
sense
teams
of
looking for an
space.
even
Like
greater
you've got a
challenge,
massive environment.
it's
You
time
want to
to
fill it with
prove
many
yourself
things
in
trying to kill
Star
you, or
Wars
you trying to kill them,
Squadron's signature mode,
rather than having
fleet
just 10
battles.
people flying around in a big open
Fleet battles are
field, essentially.
multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy, coordinate loadouts, and prepare for takeoff. First, push the
I mean,
front
I'll
line
play
by
this. I
winning the
like Star
dogfight in
Wars.
the center of
This
the
looks
map.
cool enough.
Next, attack or defend 2 medium-sized capital ships.
I think they've said it's not going to be a full price game either. I think it's going to be like a almost a budget title, like $40
And
maybe.
finally, the ultimate goal. Target and
I think that's what they
destroy
said.
the subsystems
I
of
may
your
be
opponent's
misremembering
massive
that.
flagship and take it down.
Shields are disabled.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward or falls back to defend.
Keep our flagship safe.
It's your squadron's choice of how to play.
I'm hit.
Speedy, unrelenting assaults,
Stay together, strike quickly.
stealth, and subversion.
Jamming the enemy. Sensors can't
See, one thing I hope they do, and it looks like they may be doing it in this, is that if you fly close to bigger objects, you disappear off radar, like so you can sneak up
A unified squadron
upon people.
is the key
It
to
kind of
victory.
then you get a risk versus reward gameplay, where you can, if you take the risk of flying close to a surface of another object, like another starship destroyer or something like that, you're taking that risk, but your reward is you're sneaking past everyone, and you can do flanking maneuvers.
Join the
That'd be really
galaxy's
cool.
finest and make your mark.
It looks like they're doing that. Sounds like it.
You are the hope of this galaxy.
Here comes
What's
Madden.
up, everyone? It's your boy Lamar Jackson. I'm excited to be a part of the EA Sports family and to be you guys' new man cover athlete. I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for you this season. This is EA Sports Next Level.
Problem with doing the sport videos, it's very hard to make them look different from the previous year.
When I play, I'm not afraid of anything.
Not afraid to hit or get hit.
This game is the one true love.
Makes me feel like somebody. I never thought I could rise to another way.
It's just me and the keeper.
My heart is like...
You'd think that if any game, like,
a hero.
if I was in charge of EA Sports, maybe not, I don't know if they would do this, but if any game is worthy of having something called a season pass, you'd think it'd be a sports game. Like, why not make FIFA and Madden all that free, and you pay for a season pass? And that season pass runs the season of the sport, and you get stuff throughout that season. Tournaments, matchups, all that stuff. And then next year comes around, rather than release a whole new game, you just buy another season and build upon the same, build it as a platform rather than individual releases. But I don't know, they may see that as a, I mean, you can still, maybe you could do it, but charge a season pass to be like $30, $40. It'd make more money, I reckon. Because you're not going out buying a whole new disc. That's distribution cost down. That is all those discs that don't need to be printed, all that stuff, and you just sell the platform, and people just buy $30, $40 each September, August time to get the next year's worth of content and updates. Do that. Why not? Why not do that?
That's a lot to look forward to, but there's more. Here
Get a
to tell
season
us about
pass,
the future of
play
gaming is
fixtures,
EA's
get the
Chief Studio Officer,
meet a
Laura
quota, and you
Miele.
get your Ultimate Team card
Thanks,
packs.
Greg, and thanks, Lamar.
You can do
Welcome
really
to
cool
the
stuff
EA
with it,
Sports
but
family. There are great things
it
that
needs a
come
big
from EA
shake-up, I
Sports
feel.
for all of you,
But they make
and that's
a lot
just
of money
the
already,
beginning.
so
As you've seen
there's
throughout
no
the show today,
why
our
change something that
electronic
makes loads
artists
of money
are working
already.
hard to bring
You
you
know?
more of the games that you want
FIFA
to
is
play.
their biggest
Games like
moneymaker
Star
ever.
Wars Squadrons, Apex Legends, and Command & Conquer. These games all exist because of you. Your voices are heard, and we are acting on your
Yeah,
feedback.
another talking head.
Now, we've talked a lot about all the exciting games you'll be playing this year, but our studios are working even further out, creating new experiences, new stories, new gameplay, all enabled by new console technology. And we're so excited about what's to come, we don't want to wait until next June to share what the teams are working on. Generation shifts are an opportunity to push beyond the boundaries of gaming as we know it today, and this time is no different. Our studios are taking their crazy ambitious ideas and making them real. Criterion is known for how their games feel. From superior physics to nuanced details of gameplay, this team hand curates the moment-to-moment experience.
That's a good-looking car.
And with the new consoles this year, there will be a seamless immersion which will get you into the race in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, because SSDs.
BioWare imagines and creates worlds where you become the hero of your own story. And we're using this next generation of technology to make those fantasy worlds your
Dragon
reality.
Age.
For every
Again, they're
console
not showing
generation,
nothing. They're just
DICE
talking
sets
and
the
showing
bar for excellence in
tech
audio and
demos.
visual presentation. We are creating epic battles at a
That was all
scale and
Battlefield stuff we've seen
fidelity
before.
unlike
This is all
anything
tech
you've
demo
experienced
stuff.
before. At Motive, we are working on a highly ambitious and innovative new game that puts the power and creativity in your hands. And it's an experience that would have been impossible without next-gen
Why are they
technology.
showing tech demo stuff?
This is just the beginning
Alpha,
of the
tech demo
things we are
stuff.
working on, and there is so much more to come. The future of EA Studios is not just about new technology. It's about you, your voices, your ideas. We want to be where you come to play. We want to make games for everyone. So please keep giving us your feedback, and let's build the future together. On behalf of
think
all
we're
of our
near the
studios,
end.
thank you for joining us today.
What have they
But
actually
before
announced?
we sign off, there's just one more game we would
One
love
more.
to share.
What?
Cousin Darren, over to you.
Thank you. So the
One
moment
game.
is here. We finally get to say,
we're back. We're doing it. Skate's happening. We're rolling. We've secretly
And they're announcing
got
Skate
together.
4.
It's the beginning. The skate evolution continues.
we've been waiting years, honestly, to make the right game at the right time with the right idea, and really, really pleased to say that we're here. It is really early, but
It's
it
really
takes a little while
early.
to find cuz or wake
I
them up.
bet they've just started it this
Dude,
year. Then.
harsh. Still, we've got a long way to go, but we're stoked.
You're not going to
And
see this
is
for,
just the
until
beginning.
And
2022.
seriously, we really can't wait to bring you guys in and have you be a part of it with us.
We want to thank you for your passion, your patience.
That means they're
and
not
all
gonna
the
show
support
anything
that you've
because I haven't got
shown,
nothing to
you
show.
know, us to get to this
Oh,
point.
in the comments.
It's amazing. We cannot believe you commented this into existence. Amazing. Skate changed my life. Thank you so much. Skate forever.
Guys, we did it. We brought back Skate. Thank you to EA. Thank you to Cuz. Thank you to Darren. Thank you to you. Thank you to me. I can't believe that I'm so happy and my heart rate. Is this what exercise feels like? Ladies and
Skate's
gentlemen.
good, but
I can't believe it. Before
it's
we
not
go, because
like
I love you guys, here are the last
the
letters
second
the
coming of
secret
Jesus
code.
Christ.
If you
It's
think
Skate.
you got the complete code, go to player.gg/EA and enter for a chance to win one of thousands of free games sponsored by player.gg. You can find the official rules and everything else over at player.gg/EA. Now, this has been an amazing experience, an amazing opportunity for all of us all over the world to come together and celebrate gaming. Thank you.
How much new
for being
footage
part
did
of
we
EA
actually
Play.
see today?
Until next time, I'll see you online, and it's been my pleasure to serve you.
This is it. We're going to see all the new footage right now at the end. So this is all they showed. They showed these two new indie games. They showed Sports, which look, you know, is sport. They look the same each year. Apex is already out. FIFA, you know, these are known values. It Takes Two. That's literally all we've seen of that. Command & Conquer's already out. Squadrons we already saw Monday. Don't know why they released the trailer Monday. They should have saved that for this show. It would have been far more interesting. Random, Lost in Random, whatever it's called. Another new one. Madden, we know him. Lucky winner. Alright. All stuff coming to Steam. That's it. Is this really all they had to show? So we saw nothing from BioWare, nothing from DICE.
I'm sad, but you know, some very cool reveals there. A brand new skate. Crossplay seemed to be the word du jour.
Right.
But
We'll stop that. Well, okay, let's talk about what we just saw there and where this shit show went wrong. Fuck me. Sorry, I don't usually try. I try not to swear on these streams, but Jesus Christ, I don't even know how to pass. There's so much. Let me find Google or something. All right. Just trying to find, right, okay, development studios. Okay, these guys, right, have 1, 2, 3. Okay, right, here, right. So here are some of their studios they have around the world, okay? And how many of these we did not see anything from today? Oh, I've lost it. Hang on. Because we can bitch about this for a bit. Okay, so we didn't see anything BioWare. Any of BioWare studios. There's loads of BioWare studios, and they didn't. Nothing. Nothing from even like the mobile section. So nothing from Chilingo. Criterion. They said they were working on a new racing game. Good, because Ghost games suck the life out of Need for Speed, and Christ almighty, they destroyed that series. So Criterion gladly are back on the track, but obviously most people that went Criterion left Criterion way back when. So it's not even the same team anymore. So God knows what that looks like. We don't even know nothing. We saw tech demos from those guys. DICE, nothing from them. Again, we saw tech demos. Gothenburg. Don't know what. Oh, Ghost Games. No, yeah, nothing from Ghost Games. Don't know what they're doing. Nothing from the mobile division. Nothing from any of their worldwide studios like Montreal, Vancouver, all that stuff. Nothing really from Maxis, just saying it came from Steam. Don't know what they're working on. Motive are doing the Star Wars one. We saw that. Nothing from Pogo or PopCap. Again, all their stuff doesn't exist. Respawn. We saw them announce Apex stuff. I feel like they could have spoken a bit more about what they're working on behind the scenes. They're obviously working on another Star Wars game. And rumor has it they're on a third project, but we don't know what that third project is. There's a VR Titanfall game coming out for crying out loud. We ain't nothing about that. But that's being funded by Oculus, and that's where's that? Spearhead in Korea, nothing from them. So we saw nothing from any of these people. This was a piss poor showing. So Titanfall 3 would be the best, but they've made it clear that they're not working on Titanfall 3. Which is a damn shame, because Titanfall 2 is one of the best shooters I've ever played. But nonetheless. So their last big announcement of Skate 4 didn't have nothing to show for it, just saying that they just started on it. That means they've just started on it. Okay, that means there's nothing to show for it. That means we're looking at least 2 years away from that. So their big showpiece, that one more thing, isn't out for at least 2 years. They could have done anything. A teaser trailer for the new Dragon Age. A teaser trailer for a new Battlefield. Anything. So come launch day for these new consoles, what the hell are EA putting out? Madden? FIFA? And then your cross-platform ones like Apex and all that. That's it. What are they doing? What is that company actually doing? Andrew Wilson, who's the CEO of it, who you saw at the start, the bad guy looking guy, he should be voted out for not managing this well enough. How can they have, like, next gen is literally around the corner. How can they have all these studios working on next gen but have nothing to show for it? Even at Xbox's Inside Xbox, which we saw a couple of weeks ago, where they showcased a lot of independent developers working on next gen hardware, you saw independent developers working next gen stuff. If independent developers with far, far, far smaller budgets are able to crank out at least trailers and gameplay footage of new games, all these new systems, however interesting they may be, however fascinating they may be, it doesn't really matter. The fact that they exist, where these EA doesn't, what the hell have EA been doing with this new hardware all this time? EA aren't a small company. Sony and Microsoft would have been one of the first ones to get new dev kits for Xbox Series X and PS5. What the hell have they been doing with it? Why don't they have stuff to show? It's not like they've just dropped it on their lap today and went, oh, by the way, here's the new console, start making stuff. Just read some of your comments. Is Madden 21 cosplay? Probably not. I don't think it did. They would have made a bigger deal of it. Their trailer for their sport titles were more like, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing sports this year, as usual. Why did this video stream exist? Did it have... This felt like they went, okay, we've got an hour to fill, because we do it every year, we have to fill an hour. How do we fill that hour? I don't know, let's talk about the stuff about the show, then show it. And let's talk about the stuff about the show a lot longer than the thing that we need to see. I'm gobsmacked at how poor that was. EA have no real new titles apart from the sport titles coming out this year. They have an over-reliance on their sporting titles. Understandable, they make a lot of money. But that's not what drives their innovation. That's not what drives them forward. That does not give them the market share of interest and intrigue and discussion online. Don't know, I'm bummed out now. Bummed out. Oh, God almighty. It is weird. I'm glad you guys have seen it too. This was a weird show. I don't know what they're. Yeah, I don't know. Again, they're a publicly traded company. And when they're publicly traded, I always think about what their stock price is going to be like. What are investors looking for? If I was an investor in this company, I'll be looking at this and saying, where's my investment going? And I'm not seeing it. And I wonder if that's what they are actually thinking. All these investors around the world are looking at this and thinking, what are they doing? Keep in mind that EA have the Star Wars license exclusive. The world's largest IP exclusively. And they don't have even just simple games. Even like do something like in their children's range. What if they just had like a little platformer where you play as like a Star Wars creature or character? Anything, you know. You've got an untapped market of the child audience that you haven't really done anything with, because you've sucked all their games out from them. Why not make a game for that audience? Why not go, okay, here is like a Gungan, like a Jar Jar, and we're going to do a platform of Jar Jar. That'd be nuts. It may be bad. It doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter if the game is bad or good. Obviously, we prefer it to be good, but it really doesn't matter if it's bad or good. At least on first showing. What matters is there's something there. That there's something being made, something being done. Instead, it feels more and more that they're just putting development time and money on FIFA and Madden, because FIFA is the thing that makes them the most money. Let's have a quick Google of their share price and see where it's currently at. So let's go over the last. So it's kind of hard because it's skewed because of COVID and all that, because of the lockdown around the world. All gaming sectors have gone up in their stock prices because everyone's staying at home playing games. So it's all gone up. So at the moment they're on quite a good position of $129.35 per share. I'll be interested to check this out tomorrow or the day after. But crying out loud. And the fact they've got nothing to show for next gen hardware stuff, that means we're not going to see anything until at least Christmas next year. Like holiday season next year. At least. Hell, we've seen more of a Horizon 2 from Sony, and that game is not going to be out until at least next year. And we've seen more of that. Oh. Yeah. Well, they didn't mention anything about BioWare. No, Jan. No. Nothing new from BioWare. Just saying that they're working on stuff. That's it. Which I bloody hope so, because, you know, otherwise what are those developers doing? They ballsed up. Anyway, let's call it there. Hopefully next time it has to be better, because, you know, there's not much lower than this. Anyway, thank you all for checking in, and I'll see you all in the next talkover and Ryan reacts to. Hopefully that'll be the Microsoft one, because that's hasn't been dated, but we're due it in July, so we'll see how we get there. If there's other ones that come up, I'll advertise them and let you guys know. If I feel like they're going to be worth doing. Anyway, thank you all, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.